So you're Ole in.
I'm not Ole in.
No,
I'm
listen,
Ole.
You see,
Ole in for the
you are either
moment.
pregnant or not.
No, it's
What?
It's not like
No,
that.
you're either pregnant or not.
You
You're
see,
either
you
Ole in or
started
Ole
I'm not
out.
pregnant.
You're the one who
Exactly.
started
Yeah,
this
I'm
with
not-
this
I'm
deep
not.
throat shit, bro.
The kid is not mine.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Onetwo TV, where we discuss anything that happened in the Premier League. I am joined today by the usual suspects, Saddam and Alusa, and obviously, as you can see in the screen, Naeem Ahmed. Just in case you forgot, Saddam, AC Milan fan, these two United fans. I'm the Arsenal fan. Let's get it going, guys.
Yeah, let's start.
Everton, Man United, man. Congratulations on winning a game of football when it seemed nigh on impossible.
It's an away game, so it's so easy for us. I mean,
But, I mean, things were
Away
stacked
games.
against you, right? Early kickoff after Champions League nights.
yeah.
But I think it's a story of Ole's campaign so far. Whenever he needs a result, whenever he needs the team to show up for him, they do. So I think it's another game that releases a bit of pressure off the manager and keeps him in the job a bit longer.
I mean,
Releases a bit of pressure, meaning you thought the pressure was well and truly
It
on.
was well and truly on, but I don't think it was pressure coming from inside the club. I think it was more of the media, social media pressure. So pressure from outside.
I think everyone wanted you guys to win. We want Ole to
Oh,
stay.
everyone.
I've been hashtagging Ole in. By the way, every single time I see hashtag Ole out,
Okay, my
I'm like,
question
nah, I'm
is,
pissed.
uh,
Hashtag Ole in.
You know, Naima said that when he needs the team to show up for him.
Mhm.
So what do you mean? Where was the team against Istanbul? Where was the team against Crystal Palace?
Yeah, but those two games, they didn't need to show up. He wasn't under pressure, those two games.
So is that the manager you want to keep on? Like a manager who decides or tells the team, okay, now we get show up, man. We really need to win. I really need a job.
I
really need a job.
I don't think the United problem is something you can point at one aspect and say that once we change the manager, things are going to get better. I mean, at this point in the season, for us to go through the run that we've gone through and to be at the point we are at right now, you have to give him props. I feel.
Yeah, 100%. He finished third last season.
You know the thing
And
about
he had a worse start than this season.
I
I
feel
think Ole in, bro.
the thing about Ole is that he's a puppet.
I can't really take Saddam seriously, but
Wait. You know you're speaking on behalf of all of us. Nobody can. You're serious.
Yeah,
Ole in.
Bro, Ole in.
Yeah, I said I'm Ole in.
Listen,
I mean, if you think about it,
Yeah.
they only dropped points in that run of death. They only dropped points against Chelsea,
yeah,
Arsenal,
yeah.
and
Southampton?
yeah, they weren't great against Arsenal. And obviously, there's the Champions League game,
Yeah.
Istanbul, right?
Yeah,
But apart from that, in games where they were expected to lose, they didn't.
they didn't. Yeah, and I think that's why even Saddam is saying you have to give Ole his credit. I think me and her are totally different in
Yeah,
opinions
yeah,
when it
oh,
comes
yeah.
to the manager.
So what's your opinion of the game? Because clearly, I stand with the lads in that I thought there was a good performance. Bruno Fernandes was lively. Fred had a great game.
Fred, man of the match.
Martial shows exactly why he's useful to United, because even if he's not scoring goals, his movement in and around the box is disgusting.
He's holding up the ball very well, bringing in.
I want to
players.
understand Alusa's point of view. Why are you so against Ole?
Mm.
You guys in
Because-
Champions League right now?
No,
You guys just,
because, we're in the Champions League because I mean it's just game 3, but you know you can't use that and say. I mean, I've watched how. First of all, I have an issue with how he makes his subs. He's not as aggressive as I'd want a United manager to be. That's my problem with Ole.
Okay.
You can't start making your subs in the 80th minute.
Mm-hmm.
You're 2-1. You're chasing a game. Yet you bring a defensive. Look at what he did against Istanbul. He brought in McTominay. We're behind. You have Cavani on the bench.
Okay, that is one. That is
So my
not
issue is
enough
actually
to sack
plus his
someone.
tactics.
Oh, I think his tactics are superb.
I think he's...
The
I think-
Rondos, huh?
No, just leave the rondos. But I think tactically, out of all the new managers in the Premier League, I think Ole is up there. I think he's shown against the bigger teams tactically that he
Big
knows.
statement.
Yeah, he knows how to set up, and the facts are there for everyone to see. We've done well against Liverpool. We've beaten City 3 times last season. RB Leipzig, the manager, is supposed to be one of the best tactical managers.
Good scoreline as well.
Pep, we've beaten him. Lampard,
You
we've
said
beaten him.
Okay.
Arteta,
So
not
what
Patia
happens?
Shida. So
What
I just feel
happens?
like
When we face a team like Brighton,
because they
why
play,
did we need VAR
because
to beat Brighton?
they play in a low. Okay, the thing
Why
about
did we need
the thing about
You know,
we
let
have
me-
we have the best away record since the Premier
then
League.
what happens in this
Since
is
the-
Old
since-
Trafford. So we should just sell our home ground.
No, I'm just trying to show you that it's not all.
How many matches
It's
do you
not
play in a
black and
season?
white. It's a matter of different shades of grey. Obviously, he has his downfalls, but at this point in time, in the stage of the season we are at right now, I don't
So
feel
you're
like it's a
comfortable with
time
15?
for us to get rid of him.
Okay, let me just
we're
interject
6 points
here.
away from third with a game in hand.
game.
One game in hand. Okay,
So, yeah.
let me just interject. Obviously, Alusa is very much Ole
Ole
out, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily Ole in, but for now,
Not now.
why do you want to live in this for now? Why do you want to accept this for now? Why
Because-
not move to that manager that
Yeah.
you clearly believe will take you to the
To
next
the next
level?
level. So-
I'm pretty sure if you're not Ole in,
Yeah.
right, then you don't believe that Ole can take you to the heights that United are used to.
No, I hear your point, but what I'm trying to say right now, as the stage Manchester United is in right now, it is a massive job, and for people to just identify one part of it and say that's the problem, it's not the problem, because I feel like the manager is not the majority of the problem. Maybe in terms of percentage, unaweza sema it's like 30% of the issue.
I agree.
But you can see clear progression in individual players and how they've improved.
so you're Ole in.
I'm not Ole in.
No,
I'm
listen.
Ole.
You see,
Ole
we-
in for
you
the
you are either
moment.
pregnant or not.
No, it's
Wait,
it's not like
No,
that.
you're either pregnant or not.
You
You're
see,
either
you
Ole in
started
or Ole
I'm not
out.
pregnant.
You're the one who
Exactly.
started
Yeah,
this
I'm
with
not-
this
I'm
deep
not-
throat shit, bro.
The kid is not mine.
well, you said you can't deep throat, so.
But still, you see, you can't be Ole in between. You either Ole out or Ole
Yeah,
in.
you're very
So
very
you're
much
the-
on the fence.
No,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a bigger job than people think. First of all, he wasn't backed in the transfer market. The targets he had the targets he
Ooh.
identified
Oh.
weren't met.
Then why didn't
Okay,
you
who
say?
did he identify? According to you,
Who did he identify?
yes.
In the transfer
Yeah.
window? He identified the right winger, Sancho.
Did you need a right winger?
We do need a right winger. Majority of our attacks come from the left hand side.
See,
We're
the-
still playing Mata
Mata
on the right side.
yeah.
Okay, look at it this
We
way.
need a
Sawa.
specialist right
You come to your house.
Yeah.
Sawa.
Yeah.
The fridge is leaking.
Mm.
You don't change the sofa.
What do you mean the fridge is leaking?
You have a problem in defense.
See, but
But then again,
yeah.
you feel like your fridge is actually leaking, but you feel your sofa needs some upgrade.
Nah, you know what, Saddam? I know what you're trying to get at. If I was the United owners, right, I'd be like, bum these guys, man. I gave them 80 million. They went and spent it on this fridge. I gave them 50 million for a right back who can do half his job.
No,
I gave them 20
you're getting,
something
you're getting
million.
your facts wrong.
How?
We were offered Harry Maguire the season before for 65 million, but they refused to invest in Mourinho.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now
So-
when it comes to now, it's a
You know,
it's a
either way,
dire need.
you're
That's
choosing
when
a
we
rate-
overpay.
Sorry, you're choosing technicalities.
I'm not choosing technicalities.
because even 60 million, he
The
would have been
board-
an
It's
too
overpayment.
high.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's still too high.
Okay,
but
look
the
at
board
it this way, yeah?
is part of the problem. So
You know-
for you guys to say Ole should go,
Ouch, yeah.
and you guys are not talking about the fact that we have no strategy, we have no director of football. We go into the market not knowing who
Director of
we
football
want.
is a myth. Stop. Yeah, that's a
Ah,
myth.
I'm
Nah,
just
it's not.
saying.
That's a
I can
myth.
stand by it. Me, as soon as we were given one, we started winning trophies.
Yeah, so
You're 11. Chill.
It's okay.
This
It's
is
not
working for you.
This is the football climate as it is right
If
now.
you didn't have a director of
need-
football, you got
You needed
relegation.
your F, yeah.
You need direction, you know? So for me,
But
I'm
you
just
know-
choosing to see all the positives that come with having someone who loves the club the way he does and someone who's leading the way he does. He's doing the best he can with what
With
he
what
has,
he
I
has.
feel.
Well, either way, it's not as bad as you make it.
Manager.
It's not as
He
bad
has
as
no
you make it out
tactics.
to be. It's not as bad as you make it out to be. That's something I'll agree. But to keep things moving, obviously, we've got Crystal Palace leads. Crystal Palace got, in my opinion,
No, Eze is brilliant.
yeah, he is brilliant, but they got lucky with some decisions that led
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
that scoreline 4-1. Chelsea, let's talk about Chelsea, man. I think with 200M, people talking about time and time and time, but if you have that quality of players, you guys should be discussed as a title contender. Honestly, in my opinion, all of those Chelsea players, if they're not world class, they're top class.
I mean, I'm trying to find a weak position. Do they really have a weak position? Can we say they don't have a midfielder?
That's the thing. Even if you do choose a weak position
they
now,
don't
it's
have.
based on what you know in terms of history. You know,
Exactly.
Kurzuma can make a mistake. You know, maybe Kepa can make a mistake. He's not the main keeper, I understand. And you have guys like now, Reece James, Ben Chilwell, who are proving to be top players.
Yeah.
But in and amongst that team, there's world-class players, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Timo
there's
Werner is
Thiago
world-class.
Silva.
Hakim Ziyech, world-class.
Yeah.
Kai Havertz is going to be world-class in less than 2 years. You have guys like Kante. Mason Mount is a top-class player. At his age, top class. Everywhere in that pitch is a strong, strong team.
I think they're guaranteed top 4.
No, that's for sure.
At
That's
the
why
very
I'm
least,
saying.
the
That's why
very
I'm
least.
saying
Uh-huh.
they should be challenging for the title. Right now,
Not
I
the top
opened.
four.
Right now, I just opened my Premier League app to check the fixtures. Right, just to remind myself, and I saw Ian Wright's news article. Chelsea can challenge for the title, and I agree.
I mean, yes, they can. And I think they should. Simply because Liverpool and City are not doing as good as they should, you know. And apart from them, we have Spurs who also,
Looking strong.
who also could challenge for the title.
Did you see what Mourinho said?
Mhm.
He said if Spurs were in any other league,
They'd have
they would have won the league already.
French league
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
What about Lampard? Lampard's doing well.
Yes.
Lampard's doing
Sure.
well.
So what's Lampard doing right?
He bought world-class players. That usually helps.
And the funny
But how
thing
is
is,
he
it's
using this
the
World
funny
Cup
thing
player?
is, it's Zuma, Reece James, Mason Mount. Those are the guys that are actually, I would say, the ones who are carrying the team.
Someone said,
that's you're just gonna casually leave out
Leave
Timo Werner
Timo,
and
yeah.
Hakim
Actually,
Ziyech.
I can only add Chilwell. Wait, Ziyech played one good game. Maybe the other one as well. Just 2 games out of 8. What do you mean?
Someone
He wasn't
said-
even playing. He wasn't part of the team towards the beginning.
He's already created more chances than any other Premier League
Those-
player ever in a
Someone-
single game.
That doesn't mean
Someone
anything.
said-
You guys, listen. You guys are.
What do you mean that means nothing?
That means nothing because you guys have the best defense and you guys are 11th.
No, we had the best defense so far. We didn't have the best defense all time.
How do you have the
Oh,
best
boy.
defense? Those numbers right now means nothing.
Bro. Man City Liverpool. You guys caught that game?
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I was actually at work for the game and I was very disappointed by that second half.
Oh, it's bad.
I think
Puzzle.
I think second half City were better, although they didn't score. Right?
Yeah.
I think City were trying to win
If
that
it-
game. I
yeah.
think Liverpool second half kind of fell back and decided to be more solid.
Yeah.
I think City missed a lot of attacking players on the bench to kind of change it up. I think they had five
No, they brought
defenders.
Bernardo on.
Yeah, but they had 5 defenders. I mean, if you're only going to change one attacking player and you have Sterling doing what he was doing, giving away the ball every opportunity.
Yeah, Sterling was
No,
poor.
one thing you're not
Horrible.
discussing is City's attack. I feel like their front 2 or 3 is not as good.
As it used
I
to
mean,
be. Well, yeah, it doesn't help if Raheem Sterling
No,
not only misses chances, but also misses chances
His
to create a
decision-making,
chance.
Yeah,
his
yeah.
Decision making is horrible.
horrible.
If you look at, for example, the fact that they didn't have Riyad Mahrez and someone who I think would add a lot, like someone Bernardo Silva, he's not starting. And he hasn't been starting for a while, he's on the bench. But I really wanted Kevin De Bruyne to score that penalty
Yeah.
because it would have forced Liverpool to come out in the second half.
Yeah, it's true.
And then KDB was doing his best impression of Pogba. just bad, man. He was
Yeah.
just horrible.
And that's the thing. He still walked out with an assist, but in the second half, it was poor.
It was poor. I watched the game, and it came after the City game, which was boring. So it was good to see some good attacking football
From Villa.
from Villa, and I was expecting some football from Arsenal, seeing that you were at home, and also the lineup, the team you guys selected. I felt that was a good
Same team that beat you guys.
Yeah,
so.
I feel that was a good team. Lakini wapi boss, man.
Wapi, man. From what I saw in that game, right, there just wasn't enough will. You know, when you play with someone and you can tell this guy wants it as much as you want it. When you play with someone who doesn't want it as much as you want it, it completely destabilizes the team. So, thing is, that's bad enough, right? What we saw on Sunday was a collective not wanting. Like, they just didn't. Nobody showed up. There were no 50-50s being won. Everybody's gonna hear all the conversation about creativity, right? Yeah. But bruh, we weren't even defensively solid. Something that Arteta, I acknowledge, has made us. We got the warning sign. Still, we should have been 1-0 down. Line of sight is, by the way, that was the correct decision. Whether Bernd Leno would have saved that is a completely different topic.
Wouldn't have saved it.
No way. Even if he stood at the post, I don't think he saves that. That goes in. But it's clear that was definitely offside. That should have been warning more than enough. Right? But then look at the first goal they scored.
Beef.
You saw how they worked the ball on the left-hand side?
Beef.
It was
so
like
good.
watching. You know, whenever you play Fulham or West Brom or these smaller teams in FIFA, legendary, they pass you off the park, right? Completely unrealistically. That's what happened. How? How can that happen? I get that Aston Villa are on the up. I get that they're a strong team going forward as well. They have good quality players. But we've kept a clean sheet, in my opinion, against teams that have better players.
Yeah.
This season.
Better attacking players.
Yeah, better attacking players.
Yeah.
I would take right now, I'd switch the whole front line of Arsenal with the United players. Lazima, very easily. I don't even doubt it.
Including
But, okay,
Aubameyang.
Including
But
Aubameyang.
you need to understand one thing. Aston Villa, it's all about their mid.
Lacazette, struggling. I don't know if he can recover his career. Willian has a lot to do to convince me he can actually contribute.
I think we saw the real Willian.
I mean, at some point you see Aubameyang crossing to Willian and then Willian skies it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys, and I maintained this, didn't I? I said, Arsenal playing Liverpool and City, that's not going to tell you where we are. In that run where we played Leicester, Villa, Leeds, and at some point soon enough we're going to start playing Tottenham and them, that's where you're going to see the real measure of Arsenal. And right now, we're far from it. We've made good progress, but we're far from it, man. Where we got exposed was when Jack Grealish, Ross Barkley, and these men combined on that left-hand side. And that's more to do with their strengths than it is to do with our weakness.
You think so?
I think so.
You don't think Rob Holding was getting dominated by Watkins? You don't think Bellerin in the first goal was not switched on at all, and he has that in him? You don't think the Aston Villa manager was like, okay, you guys are going to overload that side. McGinn, I want you on that side as well.
No, I mean, I wasn't privy to their team talk.
No, but you don't think that was part of the conversation?
No, I don't think so. I think what happened was it was a collective lapse in concentration from all these players. You saw Kieran Tierney, man, do his best impression of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. You didn't see? You didn't see? Everybody was completely off it. At some point, Gabriel is passing it to Rob Holding to create a chance. If you guys can Aubameyang and these guys won't do it. It was just, that's why it's an issue for me. It's like, how could that happen under Arteta's watch, from out of nowhere, completely from out of. How do you go and beat? And that's the thing. People talk about fatigue. That applies to United. That applies to guys who played Wednesday night and their Champions League quality teams. Arsenal fielded a very different Europa League side. Kina Joe Willock and them, all-time top scorer, group stages and Stuinini. But these men came and they were properly rested.
So
Nothing.
Mentality.
Nothing. And then he went from, this guy could have a massive season for Arsenal, to him completely being dominated as well in midfield. Willian, who was solid on the ball against United, he kept it and moved it around well. Sawa did nothing.
Okay, main question is, you guys didn't see this coming by Arsenal?
Actually did.
Considering
I knew it.
you guys have played 2 good games the whole season, Fulham and United. You guys were lucky with West Ham. You guys were lucky with what's the other team? Sheffield.
That's harsh.
You guys were lucky. My point is, we can shout at Lacazette, we can shout out Sijui, Bellerin. The problem is the manager. Arteta plays the worst football in the league right now.
That's harsh.
The worst.
You agree with us?
I enjoy Sheffield the last, but I enjoy watching them.
That's harsh, bro. That's
I'm
harsh,
really
bro.
waiting to hear his
No.
explanation.
No,
Go for it.
listen.
Go on,
Yeah,
go on.
Okay,
Now what to
okay,
AC Milan.
considering,
Rossoneri,
listen,
man.
considering you guys were 19th or 16th or 17th in creating chances.
Yeah.
So, the reason why I also think Arteta is like, he's a control freak. Unanipata? I don't see any Arsenal player playing on his own will, like making a decision apart from the instructions you were given at the beginning of the game. So, no one is coming up with brilliance. There's no individual, someone taking up the ball and doing something and creating chances out of nowhere. Something has to, it's like, you guys are like a machine. Remember the stats on the Leicester game? It's like, you have to pass here, you have to pass here, you have to pass here. Someone mentioned that
Gunner blog.
that he
He
felt
was
like,
coaching every pass.
yeah, he was saying pass here, who you. Listen, we see Pep sitting down when the team is playing. When they're struggling, you have to come and help them out. So, Kemi Manza, he's already saying, the idea of overcoaching. I think there's something called overcoaching. So,
Definitely, I agree.
Arteta that's his main problem. Because now you see everyone now and Amini, for the players, no one is at fault because they're all doing exactly what they were told. Remember on the first goal, they had 10 players on the box, inside the box, including the keeper 11. So that means they know that is what they were supposed to do. So that is not, it doesn't make any sense. You have Aston Villa and you have 11 players in your box. Someone like Aubameyang was in your box and he was in a corner.
Yeah.
You understand? So
That was from open play.
yes, the fact that Aubameyang is being instructed by Arteta to rush to the fucking D, and he is your best player. He's the one that needs to be scoring goals for you. So this player that we're talking about, your attacking players, they're being overworked at the back, such that when you guys have the ball, one, they're tired. There's fitness and all that, but one, they're tired. Two, they're out of position already. He's made a run, I'm a defender, I'm in a D, whatever. You guys have the ball. Now you have to start from scratch in building up a transition, and all your players everyone was behind the ball. Aubameyang, he's being played out of position. Everyone can see that. He is your best player by far. He's the one that if you need a goal, you need him on the ball. He's being played. He's closer to number 3. His average positions with you guys with the ball is also on the other half. To put in context on how Aubameyang is being ruined by Arteta. Maguire, who's playing for United, who are number 15th, 14th,
12th.
Yeah, Maguire has more shots this season than Aubameyang.
11.
Sawa.
What's he doing up there?
Shooting.
Listen. Maguire has more shots than Lacazette and Aubameyang.
Yeah.
That is a systematic problem. I don't think it's Aubameyang who has decided today he's not shooting.
Of course not.
Who Jama alko under Pep for like 2.5 years or 3 years or something like that.
4.
Almost 4 years. Imagine being under Pep under 4 years and you're given a chance to coach Arsenal and you're 17th in creating chances. You're number 11. You've lost half your games. That's my point. You've lost half of all the games you've played this season.
I'm getting huge vibes for Van Gaal when I watch you guys. Because I'm not seeing any individual thinking, any creative thoughts, like
that creative brilliance.
Yeah, that
guys
creative
have.
brilliance that even sometimes Willian has. I've not seen any.
He's
of
under
that.
instructions. Yamambua kimbie hapa, asimame, apumue. He's being told when to even fucking scratch his ass.
Bro, in 6 hours of Premier League football,
Yeah.
you have not
and
scored an
something.
open goal from open play.
It
like
doesn't
a goal
help
from open
if
play.
some of those games that you played were Liverpool and City. I
You're
mean,
mentioning you've played 8 games.
bro,
That's more than 6
the point I'm trying to make, right, is once he gets those technically gifted forward players, I think he'll do a lot better.
Listen, Lacazette cost 50 something.
Yeah.
Pepe is 72. Aubameyang is 50 something.
You don't think
that is approximately 180 million forward.
Yeah,
You're trying to say those
that-
three
wha-
can't
wha-
bother
what is that?
Aston Villa?
bro.
You're
It
saying
looks
those.
like-
You're saying
What did
those
you see on
three
Sunday?
can't.
What did you see on Sunday?
I saw
Yeah, but I
saw proper coaching by Aston Villa.
Now,
I
let
feel
me
like
ask-
it's a
let me ask you
systematic
something.
issue,
Is
man.
there a difference? Was there a difference between what time did Aston Villa score in the
I'm loving this.
20th minute.
yeah? Was there a difference on how you guys played after you conceded the first goal?
No, there wasn't.
Was there a difference on the second goal?
No,
So
that's
it's the manager
that's the-
instruct these people. The 2 goals came in the second half.
No, you see, when you talk about one particular game where he couldn't get the best out of them, or they gave him a side of them that he didn't knew existed.
So why did it take a penalty for you to beat United?
Yes.
Why
To
did
create
he take
yourself
Yes.
this is a
penalty?
good game.
Why is Harry Maguire leading Aubameyang and Lacazette in terms of short take?
No, which question do you guys want me to answer first?
I'm building up on.
Because
I'm
Ama,
building
you
up-
want to give me a segment?
I'm building up on the point that you're trying to make, that it's not a systematic issue. You're trying to say on Sunday players didn't show up.
Yeah.
There's that plus the system.
Players showed up.
I agree. It's definitely plus the system.
Plus
it's
the
definitely
system.
plus the system. Here's my point, right? It's gonna take a while before this system even shows itself to what it actually is. We don't know yet.
If it smells like shit, it's shit.
You know,
Or
I
it's
don't
just-
get these
Or
shitty
it says
references.
someone's really bad breath. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
always
Yeah.
a shitty reference.
If it, listen, you don't have to see it. You can smell it. You can see the signs.
No. Listen, my point is with Arteta, right? We're still seeing the system evolve. And you're going to have days like this. Was how everybody was almost non-existent.
I think what everyone here is trying to say about that game in particular.
Yeah.
You guys got scored very early,
Very easily.
very easily.
Very, yeah.
But when it comes to changing how you're playing in that particular game,
To get back in the game.
to get back into the game
There's
in terms
nothing.
of changing personnel, changing system, because systems do have to be changed according to the status of the game.
Exactly. That's what
And
I'm
top
trying to say.
managers do it.
Yeah.
Ole has done it.
Klopp played 4-2-4, Juicy.
Wait, let me
Oh,
finish.
Ole
Let me
has
finish.
never
Let me
done
just
this,
finish.
sorry.
Okay,
I'm
no,
the-
I
let
just
me
don't like the
finish.
convenience of your examples. Because we've also seen
No,
Klopp
let me
fuck it up.
finish.
We've
Yeah,
also
let me
seen
finish. Yeah,
OGS fuck it
yeah,
up.
let me finish.
We've also seen Arteta switch it up and get it right. What's
And also fuck it up.
Yeah,
But let me
when?
finish. But let me finish.
against Sheffield?
For him not to react, right?
Against City as well.
For him not to react and not be able to affect a game of that size, that is the problem.
You know what? What you
It's
what you
Aston
think I'm
Villa
saying
here. We're
is-
not talking about
I'm not
making
saying
a
that you
change
get up to
against
But
Chelsea,
you're talking in
against
absolution.
Liverpool.
Yeah, but you're talking in absolution when
What
it
do you
comes to
mean?
Arteta.
What do you mean,
No.
absolution?
Like when you
He
talk
hasn't
about
explained
Arteta,
what absolution
What does that mean?
that's it. That's
What
us.
does absolution? You know, Manisha.
When it comes to the players that are struggling with the system right now, I agree. When it comes to overcoaching, I agree. It does look like these guys are being told, don't go past second gear,
Yeah.
right? Follow these instructions. And for some games, they worked. For some others, obviously, they didn't. All right, guys, we really hope you enjoyed this week's episode. I certainly did. It's always nice discussing logical football with logical people. Like I did on Sunday. That was great. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. By sharing, by the way, that's where you send it to other people that you think might like it. So yeah, hopefully you do that for us. And we'll see you guys again next week.